Romney tonight in a debate that just ended took something of a pounding. He was dinged as a flip-flopper by several of his rivals. Mike Huckabee took a swipe at him. John McCain took at least 3 or 4. Fred Thompson tweaked him twice. And Rudy Giuliani went after him. Not a good night in the debate this evening for Mitt Romney. There will be another opportunity to take advantage of the debate stage in New Hampshire tomorrow when Fox will host its. Battling for 3rd place, Mike Huckabee and Rudy Giuliani in New Hampshire, and you can't leave out Ron Paul because he does have some support in New Hampshire with his libertarian type of republicanism. The debate just ended, and the man who won Iowa is here for an exclusive with us at Fox News Channel. Governor Huckabee, thank you very much.
Thank you, Carl. Good to be here.
So you got one debate under your belt here in the Granite State in the last 3 days. Looks like it went okay.
I think it went fine. It was a different format. We had the first part of it that was more of a conversation, or that was the direction of it. We covered a lot of ground: foreign policy, health care. I felt it was a good opportunity to sort of see how the candidates did in interaction with each other.
I didn't see anybody take a real shot at you, and you just won Iowa.
Well, why would they, Carl? By golly, I'm right on all the issues. I've got right ideas, and why would they ever take a shot at me?
Romney's got ads that say that you were wrong on illegal immigration, wrong on crime, wrong on taxes, wrong on spending. In Iowa, you won with a kind of populism that was clearly emphasizing values voters type family-related blue-collar issues. Both an economic kind of a populism, but also a social populism, and you talked about being a Baptist minister, you talked about the importance of your faith, the role of Christ in your life, both publicly and privately. We haven't heard a lot of that, some of it in New Hampshire. Talk a little bit about how you adjust your emphasis. Not to say change it, but adjust the emphasis to appeal and make a populism connect with voters in New Hampshire, which, as you know, are far more secular than those in Iowa.
Well, they are, but you know, the people of New Hampshire want the same things that people in Iowa and anywhere else want. They want to know that if they work hard, the government's not going to take more from them than they went out and earned in their second paycheck. They want to know that if they can raise their kids, the government's not going to come in and tell them how to do it. They also want to know that nobody's going to infringe upon their Second Amendment rights. That's very precious to the people in New Hampshire. It's precious to the people in Iowa and in Arkansas, for that matter. And they don't want someone who is all over the board on issues like that. It's somebody who has clarity, consistency, and who has some authenticity, who's straight up, and whose beliefs are convictions and not just poll numbers.
For the uninitiated, what the governor just said sounded an awful lot like code tweaking Mitt Romney. Somebody who maybe lacks a little bit of authenticity in your view and has been all over the map on issues. Spell it out a little bit cleaner for us.
No, I mean, I'm not taking anybody in particular. I'm just saying that that's why I did so well in Iowa. Look, I mean, it was a blitzkrieg of ads against me by Mitt Romney. I found it interesting tonight that any time somebody compared his record, he said, it's a personal attack. He was relentlessly attacking me in Iowa and John McCain in New Hampshire, and previously he's relentlessly attacked Rudy Giuliani. He never saw those as negative ads. In fact, he always would come out and say, no, those are just comparisons. But when someone specifically pointed out something in his record, he said, that's a personal attack. Well, this is big league ball, and if you're going to, throw the hard balls, and you have to go up there and sometimes take your turn at the plate.
And some chin music, too. Brett, go ahead. I understand you had a question. Sure. To South Carolina, your firewall, the argument is that you did great in Iowa, but New Hampshire may not be a real sweet spot for you, and you got to go to the Palmetto State.
Oh, we're going to do great in South Carolina. The numbers are strong. Absolutely. I believe we'll win it. Yes. I believe we'll win there. I believe we'll win in Florida. I believe we're going to Super Duper Tuesday, and surprise the heck out of you guys. I think about a year from now, you're going to be saying the inauguration of President Mike Huckabee is just days away.
Now, Fred Thompson's going to have something to say about South Carolina. He thinks he's strong down there. How are you going to beat him?
Same way we won Iowa, the same way we're continuing to do well in polls all over the country. We're either number 1 or number 2. People believe that the Republican Party has got to get back to its roots of talking about the importance of small business, being people who are clear and unapologetic for its positions on human life and on the family and on the Second Amendment and on lower taxes, less government, and a more efficient government. It's not just that people want less government. What government they have, they want it to be functional. And I think people are also looking for a person who recognizes that we're not going to solve any of these problems if we make it the Republican deal versus the Democrats. We've got to begin talking about how do we bring this country back together. We're Americans first, we're Democrats and Republicans second, and I think most Americans believe that.
We're going to get run out of time in just 2 seconds. Back before Iowa, a lot of folks criticized or suggested that there was something wrong with you wearing your face publicly on your sleeve. Here in New Hampshire, it is said, and I'm from here, so I'm not necessarily buying into this, it is said that folks in New Hampshire have an aversion to that. They'd rather let it be kept privately. Anything you want to say about that?
Well, I don't think I wear my faith on my sleeve. I'd like to think I wear it in my heart. And it comes out of me in a way that is natural. I don't have to contrive it. I don't have to say, okay, let me see. Somebody give me some religious talk today. Look, I'm a spiritual person. But you know what? 80% of the people in America believe in God. A lot of people in New Hampshire believe in God. If they don't want to believe, that's fine. I don't bug them about it. But they need to know who I am. And that's all in the world, I think, that I've done. And the people of New Hampshire have been incredibly responsive, not because they necessarily want to go to the same church as me, but they also believe that in America, if you have faith, you shouldn't be ashamed of it. You ought to be very open about it. If you don't have faith, you shouldn't be ashamed of that either. You ought to be just as open and just as honest.
Quickly, 1, 2, or 3 in New Hampshire.
Look, we'll settle for wherever we can get out of New Hampshire. We're looking at doing better than people expect us to do. Nobody expects us to even play the game here. And we'll see how it goes Tuesday.
He plays the game well. He understands the expectations battle there, Brett. Thank you.
You're in the front.
Excellent. Thank you.
You're in the second expedition.
I think that they're, I mean,
Yeah.
Who do you have next?
You guys have
Who do you have next?